are you doing, fellow Wiccans, and welcome to the Random Article Podcast. I'm your co-host, Christian, joined as always by the Queen of Questions, Madison. How are we doing on this fine evening?
That's Elon Musk to you.
Okay. The Queen of Elon Musk. Our goal here is to read every Wikipedia article ever written, and to do so we're to click through them randomly one by one, clicking that random article button, and just to make sure everything is truly random, Madison will be using an abacus to see how many times we click that random article button. Let's get into it. But before we get into it, as we promised you last week, let's start out talking about the list of people executed in the United States in 2021.
What? Anyone? Did we execute people?
There are 11 people on this list.
Ooh, the first one was a woman. Lisa Marie Montgomery.
We just want to dig into each person, you know?
I know.
Oh, I already hate this.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. Do we want to read this?
Welcome to My Favorite Murder.
Are we a true crime podcast all of a sudden?
Let's talk about the murder of Bobby Jo Stinnett. Bobby Jo Stinnett was a pregnant 23-year-old American woman found murdered in her home in Skidmore, Missouri. Why would you
If you live in somewhere, called Skidmore.
The perpetrator, Lisa Marie Montgomery, then age 36, strangled Stinnett and cut her unborn fetus 8 months into gestation from her womb. The baby was safely recovered by authorities and returned to the father.
That's
at least
crazy. A little bit of good news. Oh, wait. This happened... She was found guilty in 2007, so this happened...
She was executed by lethal injection on January 13th, 2021.
So the murder happened in 2004.
Yep. She thus became the first female federal inmate in 67 years to be executed by the United States federal government.
Wow. When asked if she had any last words, she replied no. I probably wouldn't either. This is dark.
It's just always so depressing reading about the murderer, because they always come from such a fucked up background. To a certain degree, it's yes, of course you blame them because they did the act, but they came from such a background that
right.
Reading this woman, Lisa Marie Montgomery. Montgomery's mother's alcohol addiction led to Lisa being born with permanent brain damage. She was raised in a physically, emotionally, and sexually abusive home where she was raped by her stepfather and his friends, beaten from the age of 11. It's
She sought mental escape through drinking alcohol. When Montgomery was 14, her mother discovered the abuse and reacted by threatening her daughter with a gun. Yeah, this is...
Okay, who was next?
I don't... Oh, good. Corey Johnson doesn't even have a Wikipedia page.
Shucks. He was executed the next day. He was only born a couple months later, same year.
Spooky.
I like how they have listings by ethnicity in this table. Makes it very easy to sort.
Yeah, why?
Very easy to sort.
Oh, good. The method was all lethal injection. There was no
electric
beheadings.
Chair.
Yeah, electric chairs.
All right, let's find someone who was probably innocent. All right, let's go for the next
Who's
one.
Probably innocent? Why did they do so many at the beginning of January? 13th, 14th, 16th? Were they waiting for the new year or something?
Maybe, yeah, probably. That was probably some sort of turnover for legislation or appeals or something.
Mm-hmm.
So Dustin Higgs, executed by the government, being convicted and sentenced to death in 2000 for his role in the 1996 murders of 3 women in Maryland at the Wildlife Research Center. Because this is classed as federal land, he was tried by the federal government.
I was
rather
wondering
than
because
the state.
the chart says whether it was the state or the federal government. I didn't think the federal government killed people.
Well, that's why this list is so small. Oh, okay. All right. Hear this guy out. The main contention was that Higgs did not personally kill any of the 3 victims, but waited in a vehicle nearby. The man who shot them, someone else, was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. Prosecution argued that although Higgs did not kill anyone, he was the ringleader ordering and bullying Haynes.
Oh, he organized it.
He was like a Charles Manson type. Maybe. Mm-hmm. But what if he wasn't?
So this is why they say he was executed via lethal injection on January 16th, becoming the 13th and final person executed by the federal government during the presidency of Donald Trump. Mm. That's why these all happened in January before he left office.
I see. It's so strange how, sometimes you just have to kill one person, sometimes you have to kill a bunch. The next guy, Quentin Jones, he was executed for the killing of his great aunt.
Why would you kill Berthina? Auntie Berthina. Jeez, what's wrong with you?
His family and over 180,000 other people petitioned the governor for clemency to commute his death sentence to a life sentence. But he was executed on May 19th, the first execution by the state of Texas in 10 months, and only the second since the beginning of COVID. That's a weird sentence to have in there.
Guess what? Jones experienced brutal conditions during his childhood, suffering neglect by his parents, sexual assault, extreme poverty. Mother threatened him with a gun. Huh.
Wow. This is almost like word for word what happened to the other woman.
And he was forced at age 7 by his older siblings to have sex with his stepsister. He shot himself twice, once in the hand to placate what's that word?
Placate, yeah, you got it.
Gang members, and later in the chest in a suicide attempt. This is just sad. So sad. I hate this article.
This is why I don't get murder podcasts.
No, I completely agree.
It just all feels like capitalizing on grief and people with issues.
Right. And people like it because it's morbid and whatnot, but it's like that happened in real life. If that happened to your family, would you want to listen to it on a podcast?
And also, they try to go for a scary thing. Ooh, watch out, there's someone scary hiding there. But it's it's not necessarily scary, it's just person that, it's a person, and then they, most likely had a fucked up childhood.
Yeah, almost always.
Yeah, literally, word for word the same thing as the first person.
No, it was, exactly the same.
And yet, my favorite murder. They're crushing us on the iTunes top 10 list right now.
Okay. The top 10 list, okay. I will note that the last person was killed on my mom's birthday, December 9th.
Oh, Mazel Tov.
All right, let's move on. I can't.
Let's talk about N. N, with a little dot over it, is a letter of the Latin alphabet, formed by N, with the addition of a dot above it. That's literally what Wikipedia says.
How does it sound?
No idea. The letter is used in Venda and Emilian Romangol for the voiced velar nasal, corresponding to the pronunciation of the English digraph ing in final position.
So NG like at the end of ing. Ing.
Except it's N with a dot above it. So it's the actual letter.
No, but they're saying that it's similar to the pronunciation of the English NG.
Furthermore, the letter is used in some transliteration systems of South Asian languages. The letter is used in the International Alphabet of Sanskrit transliteration for the ing sound, corresponding to the Indian letters as follows.
Cool. I like this. Should I start spelling my name with this kind of N at the end of it? Madising. I love the Unicode name. Latin capital letter with N, letter N with dot above. Latin small letter N with dot above.
It's what it is.
Very straightforward.
Yeah. There you go.
Now you know.
Now we know. And away we go. Let's talk about Dastan. Dastan is the Persian word meaning story.
Ha!
It's an ornate form of oral history from Central Asia, Iran, Turkey, and Azerbaijan.
Oh, so it's a certain type of story. Generally centered on one individual who protects his tribe or his people from an outside invader or enemy.
Maybe that's the English translation of it.
What's it to you?
Back in my country, Dastan, Dastan just means like a story, like an old story.
Like a tale,
Exactly, a tale. But there's a Wikipedia article about it.
So, what's a Dastan that you have heard?
Oh, I can tell you so many Dastans. Okay, let me tell you one of my favorites. It's called Goose Bala Goose. So...
Here we go.
So, alright, in Farsi, first of all, there's these two letters in the Persian alphabet that are basically the same letter, but you have to get one of them caught in your throat, and I can't really do it. It's called, like, Goff and Goff.
Which one was caught in your throat?
The second one, I guess.
Oh.
Okay, so then there's, like, goose and goose. And goose, the deeper one, means, like, a hump on your back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the people that have a hump. And then goose, without it getting caught in your throat, just means a fart.
Okay. I can see where this is going.
Okay,
all
so
right.
goose bala goose means a hump on your hump. There's no farts involved whatsoever. But it sounds so much like farts, it's funny. That's the general funny part of the story. Okay, but the actual story goes, there's this guy, and he goes down to the public baths one night, because we live in Iran, and there's public showers. And so he goes down there, but he goes like late at night when most people don't go.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he takes off his robes, and he goes down into the bathhouse area, and he hops into the tub, and he hears music playing, like festive music playing.
Weird.
So he gets out, and he heads towards the music, and there's this whole party of people, like, dancing around, playing music, having a good time. And so, like, he joins in, as one does. He joins in the music, starts playing, starts singing, and everyone's having a good time with him. And then he realizes the people around him, they all have, like, hooves and horns, and that these are, like, demon imp people.
Ooh.
But regardless, he's having a good time. Oh, also, this guy has a hump. I forgot to mention that.
Okay, I feel like that was important.
Yeah,
he has a hump.
He has a goose.
Okay. A goose, like a deep.
Okay. Goose.
Okay.
And so then, like, it turns out this was like a wedding. Two of these little demon imp people were getting married, and
cute.
And then they were like, "Ugh, like this was such a good time. We were so glad to have you. You like brought so much to this wedding. Like, what can we do for you providing us with your presence? Remove my goose." And so then they do. They like take his hump off, and he's like a new man. He doesn't have a hump anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, cut to work the next day, where he works with this other guy that also has a goose. This poor guy also has a hump.
And he's like, you know what you can do for that.
Exactly. And so the hump guy is like, what happened to your hump? And the guy's like, oh, so I went down to the public bath with these people, and I went and I sang and I danced and I drummed, and I was so loud that I was so good that they removed my hump. And so now hump guy is like, wow, I'm going to go do that. So the next night...
This isn't going to end well. I know it.
So the next night, the humped friend goes down to the bathhouse, he goes into the shower, just like the other guy said, washes off, and he goes down to the spa. And he starts hearing music. But it's a little more solemn this time. But he's like, hey, I was told that I'm supposed to hear music. And so then he goes...
I'm jumping in.
Running in to where he hears the music and starts dancing, playing the tambourine, throwing his arms around. And this time, all the people are like wearing black, and they're sad and they're morose. And they're like, what are you doing? This is a funeral for one of our imp friends. Despicable. And so they tackle the humped guy, and what they do is they put the hump from the first guy onto the humped guy. And so now he is two humped.
Double humped.
He is goose balagoose. And what is the moral of the story? I have no idea. My dad never told me. But that's the story.
Something good happens to someone else, don't worry about it. Mind your damn business.
I don't know.
Don't ask. Or pay attention to the music before you bust into a party.
Yeah, be aware of the situation. I don't know.
Know your audience.
What's the moral? I don't know. But that's literally the whole story.
But I thought it was going to have something to do with farts. Or it's just funny because it sounds like farts.
It's just funny because it sounds like farts.
It sounds like he has farts on farts.
Yeah, farts on farts. But he doesn't. Okay. He has humps on humps.
That's a good story.
Is it a good story? It's a good dust on.
I was entertained.
Goose about goose. Did my dad just make up the story? We don't know.
No. You think he could?
He could. I'm gonna look it up actually. So there's a little dust on for you, for all you folks out there.
I feel like I just got the authentic version of this Wikipedia article.
All right, give me a number.
11.
Okay, let's talk about I Don't Trust Men Anymore.
Let me guess, a book?
A telenovela.
Whoa.
Produced by Giselle Gonzalez for Televisa. It's based on Yo No Creo en los Hombres. My Spanish is bad. Produced in Mexico. Critically acclaimed. It was the most awarded novella of 2014 and is widely considered to be one of the best telenovelas of the decade.
I bet you $1 million that my grandma knows this and watched all of it.
And you haven't?
No. There's one I used to watch with her, and I cannot remember the name of it, but Matthew Levy, I think his name was in it. And
the guy from Friends?
No, maybe it wasn't Matthew. It was something Levy. Let me see.
Matthew Levy is not from Friends. I don't know who I'm thinking of.
William Levy. Yes. He's beautiful. He's gorgeous. He looks like a modern day Ricky Martin. Yes. Oh,
hola.
What was it? Let's see. Oh, he was on Dancing with the Stars. Name change? What was his name before?
Oh, I found his Instagram. 8.7 million followers?
Yeah, he's beautiful. That's what I'm telling you.
Damn.
Okay, what show was it? I have no idea what show it was. But what are you doing on its Instagram?
Following it.
Really?
I Don't Trust Men. So in I Don't Trust Men, Maria Dolores is a poor and noble girl who has a great talent for making couture dresses. When her father is killed in a robbery, she has to take the responsibility of supporting her family.
And why doesn't she trust men?
Just before the death of her father, she had quit working at the couture workshop as Maria Dolores was tired of the harassment she was subjected to by Jacinto, her supervisor. Oh. However, Maria Dolores now has to reconsider returning to the shop because it depends on the future of her mother, Esperanza, and Clara, her sister. They don't like using pronouns. They like dropping her name.
Her full name.
When she decides to denounce Jacinto, she meets Maximiliano Bustamante, an attractive and very honest lawyer who is deeply impressed by her beauty and offers to help her. Although there is no attraction between them, they both have commitments, but that changes as Maria Dolores and Maximiliano get to know each other.
Sounds great.
Only
Sounds
has
like what I would expect.
121 episodes. I feel like that's not that much.
No, it only aired for not even a year. It premiered on September 1st, 2014, and it ended on February 15th, 2015. That is not very many months.
121 episodes in that time frame, though? That's a lot.
That's what they do.
That's crazy.
Monday through Friday at 6:20 p.m. It's every weekday they put an episode out. That's why they're so crappy.
Day?
Yes. And that's why, like, if they, kill someone and, like, the audience completely goes insane and they think they're going to lose viewers, they can just, like, bring people back.
But, like, what's the turnaround process? Like, it can't be that quick. Like, it's not like they're filming an episode 2 days before.
No, it's probably like a week or two, but they can like start to like set things up, you know?
Such a quick turnaround. That's insane. Did you take Spanish in high school?
Yes, 4 years.
Did you have to watch telenovelas as part of your Spanish curriculum?
No, my grandma watches them every single day, so I like grew up watching them.
Oh, but like you didn't have to like you didn't have to set your VHS to record?
No.
That was the thing that I had to do.
And how was it? Did you get addicted to any of them?
There was one.
Wait, so we were in high school at the same time. You didn't see William Levy on his? Because that was like the best one.
There was just one show that like we had to watch.
Oh, like the teacher chose?
Yeah.
Lame.
But like it's just so weird that like you had to set your VHS, like it was assumed that you had a VHS and that you can record a show.
In like 2008.
Yeah.
I'll have to check this out. That could be like a great way to try to learn Spanish, to be honest.
You know, that was the idea, but like, I don't know if I learned anything.
You'd have to watch a lot of hours.
I feel like you would need like English translation at the same time.
But this says it was the most awarded novella of 2014 and is widely considered to be one of the best telenovelas of the decade. But it only lasted for like 5 months?
I mean, it's just like, you know, British shows. They only last for it's like a limited series, but it's so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They know when to end it, I guess.
They tell the story. That's all it needs.
Mm-hmm. Not like The Walking Dead, which I think is still going on.
Yeah.
Every time we see a commercial for it, we like can't believe it.
It's like a spin-off at this point.
Just kill them all. Let's just end it.
Just make it The Dead. No more walking.
The Dead. The end. Everyone's dead. Well, I'll have to catch up on this. Join
us next week, where we're going to start out talking about the Penguin Cafe Orchestra.
Is that it? Is that all we do?
I really don't get that story. Like, what's the point of it?
I get it. I think it was a good story.
I mean, it's fun, but like, what's the point? As like a children's tale, what's the lesson?
I feel like it was probably a different story, and he forgot some of it or changed it a little bit.
I've heard that story like since I was a child.
Yeah. And it's the same every time?
I mean, essentially, like, some details here and there, but, like, there's no lesson.
I think there's a lesson. Mind your damn business. Like, sometimes good things happen to other people, and you just gotta, like, be like, good for you and move on.
Read the Room is a good lesson.
Mm-hmm. That too.
Yeah. I mean, but, like, the friend told him, like, this is what happened to me. And it could happen to you.
Well, maybe the friend was just supposed to tell him, oh, you asked me where my hump went. This is where my hump went. And wasn't, like, suggesting that he go do it.
Also, why do all these people have humps?
It's a hard life, Bijan.
That's true.